So basically, as we do in the presentation, and there's no such thing, first of all, as a silly question. This is all new to everybody. So I don't want people to feel, like they can't put their hand up and ask questions. We're all learning together. That's why it's a 3-month process that we want to, you know, learn, get the steps right. And the whole point of what we're trying to do is make a conscious effort to start mobilizing ourselves again and start walking. And a lot of people are benefiting tremendously from that, just getting out and walking. And what I'm also seeing, which is very powerful to see, is a lot of couples are using this time in their busy day, they might walk a little bit during the day, but they say, you know what, let's go for a half an hour walk. And they use that time to just chat about their day or about the kids and things like that. So doing this as a collective family walk, because even if you've got young kids, obviously they can walk with you. But as partners, this is really something great to do where you're just getting that little bit of time in and being accountable to yourself. So the first page you got here, when you log in, when you are registered, you will have all these little accounts here at the top. If you're not, you will essentially see my home subscriber and support and blog. So we're going to go through each one of these one by one. Home subscriber, this is essentially unlocking your full potential with StepClub. You earn rewards, community. We want to really focus on positive community. We want to introduce a lot of challenges and introduce knowledge, basic knowledge about our fitness. There's so many things that we learn, but there's also conflicting issues. So, one person says you must do, for example, the carnivore diet. One person says, oh no, you must fast for 30 days. One person says, do the lemonade diet. Other people say you must run. Other people say you must walk. So what we want to do is be able to share information, and by just doing the basics, and at this stage, it's walking, but we are going to be including calories and activity logs and things like that moving forward. We want to appeal to everybody, but right now it's a basic app where we can just get moving again. There's up to $1 million that is available in cash for prizes. We've got the activity log. We're working on AI workouts. There's things, keep in mind, this has been happening in a beta version for 6 months, but we have a very good vision of where we're going. Also, from a donations point of view, we want to include the charities that will be coming soon. That's part of what we do in the focus groups, where you are able to contribute to charities. And what we want to do is also encourage charities that are registered to be part of that donation process. So you would be able to share your SEC tokens, so the ICO tokens, you would be able to send that to a charity of choice where they can essentially cash it out. So this opens up a lot of doors for people that are part of a cancer association or a school. You can use this for fundraising for schools. The door is really wide open. Another area which I think is quite important is businesses. You might be part of a business that has 50 or 100 employees. Now, the business could potentially discount this and buy the vouchers or buy the membership on behalf of the employees and get that as a tax deduction. So there are things to investigate as we proceed with this, but the whole point is getting us healthy and moving again. How many times do we sit at work and before we know it, we've been sitting there the whole day? This is to encourage us to get 10, 15-minute breaks, go for a walk, go and get drinks of water, and at the end of the day, and all those steps add up at the end of the day. So this is essentially called My Feed. This is where it just says, have you downloaded your Step Chain app? You will be able to get it downloaded over here. This is just a prompt for you to get a quick link to where you can go down to the app. As you see, I think it's quite a nice, clean app. I think it's once you activate it, it works quite well. And then here's your latest blogs. I don't know if anybody's seen these as yet, but here's how music can heal you. Walking is the ultimate exercise, and how walking each day benefits you. So, particularly with its heart disease, diabetes, all those sort of things. So, these are the blogs that already communicate this, and this might be interesting things. Remember, you can share these blogs on your homepage, find articles. I think we're going to grow a lot and learn a lot as we delve into things like that. I was also thinking while I was walking today to do short little videos. I think a lot of people like watching videos a lot. People don't like reading much anymore, but introducing the online courses over here where we do nutrition, health, work. I've been chatting with Philippe. we want to use the network to potentially participate and list their courses or their opportunities, or we have a combined online course where it takes you not only through the physical, but through the mental. And we might have 5 or 6 presenters that are specialists in the areas. So we very much want to make this a community driven. I know that we've got doctors here. I was chatting to Lorenzo. He's a physiotherapist specifically for the very elderly or the people that can't really move, or have the infirm people. He's a specialist in that area, so he would have a lot of exercises for those people that are limited in walking. So this, we want to open this up to everybody, and we want to place a community that's safe, where everybody knows everybody, and we can collectively work together. So you'll be able to, this is just a quick link to see if your network, this is essentially, if you share it, we covered that in the discussion today, and the comp plan. Remember, we're reviewing the whole comp plan. We want to get away from the kind of MLM multi-structure, and we discussing now an opportunity where we only have 2 levels, and this opens it up to make sure that people are connected and helping and working each other as well. So we also want the StepClub forum. So these are things that we have put here that we are wanting to open up. I also see a dedicated section in this section where you would lock in and potentially meet up with people, get a lot more in-depth information. Maybe if you're a StepClub member, you can list what your expertise is, and we verify that. That's where all the other sponsorships and everything is here. But let's get to the basics here. So you would click on my account, you would see the profile. So this profile basically is all your details that you have here. This is where you would reset your password. Now remember, this password is also the same password for the app. So if you reset your password here, it will also reset on the app. So you must just be conscious of that when you do it. So you can just do forget my password, or you can raise a ticket if you're having a problem over here. Orders, what orders means, this is when you have just purchased either through a voucher or through paying with crypto or paying with a debit or credit card. So as you can see, I purchased a $63 voucher, or it was actually 75. It was 30 days, but then over here, I bought an annual. This is just a credit back for the extra money that I paid. They credited me on that. So essentially, this is an annual. I decided I'm making a commitment to get my health right. So I'm going to commit myself to a year of walking. I know that it will take time to get into it. And I feel that 30 days isn't enough to really change your habits. I think 3 months is a good goal set to work towards. So that is why I have gifted out to everybody the 3-month voucher, the $79.95. This is because I believe once you learn the app and you get yourself around it and you start focusing on it, you will see the benefits of that and start reaping the benefits of those of participating. And that's my ultimate goal, is for you to get your health right, to participate, and let's have a healthy, positive community where we work together. So I took the plunge and I said, you know what, I'm going to commit for a year because I see this as something that's going to help me benefit my health. And after I'd analyzed it for a good 6 months, I was saying to Felipe, you know what, there's so many rubbish things out there in the network. We're all familiar with it, that if you have been around, why can't we just do something positive and take care? First of all, be accountable to ourselves to be healthy, and then we can share it with others, friends, family, and walk together. Make it important time to be together. People have said, oh, it's very expensive. I think if you're going to set aside rewards that really mean something, like an iPhone or a headset or something that has great value, it's important to be able to share that. I think it's important to be able to set goals and achieve. So it's almost like a savings plan. If you do the goals, you're saving the points and you're getting the rewards. If you share, then you grow. We covered that with the dolphin and the eagle and all that today. So it really can turn into something that's quite special. Here are the courses, as we spoke about earlier. There's yoga flexibility. These are going to, in time, be where we need to. This will change, obviously, if we change the compensation plan. But the idea here is that, wouldn't it be nice if we had yoga experts in our community that wanted to offer the yoga classes? Wouldn't it be nice that we had the nutrition people or the health benefits or somebody that is helps with public speaking, something that, what are the courses that we want to do? Maybe there's an AI course. So this opens it up for our community to be able to bring forward an opportunity to bring their services, which are credited by us and part of the community. And obviously, they would need to be a member to be able to bring their services. So because we in the beta phase, we would have you obviously want to screen everybody, and we would say, right, what are the 5 or 6 programs that we want to start with, and then we encourage that participation. Right now, the big thing is the walking, because just getting off the couch and starting to walk is very, very cool. It helped me a lot. Like today, when I'd finished the session, I said, "Oh my gosh, I've only done 3,000 steps." So I headed out and said, "Well, I need to go for a walk now," and off I went and headed out. And if I didn't have that discipline to say, "Let me log into my app. How many steps have I done? Hey, I want to be hitting my target of 10,000 steps, and that's my target. Your target could be 5,000 steps, and that's what encourages us." Now, these vouchers here, this is a little bit confusing for some folk. So these are vouchers, as you know, I purchased vouchers, and you can see the date purchased and handed out to people. These vouchers are people that have not activated as I've sent it out. So I'm going to give them until the end of this month. If they've not activated those vouchers, again, I take all those vouchers back and I'm going to essentially hand it out to other people that would like to use the gift. I think people would have had enough time to look at it. And if you agree, put a thumbs up. I think, there's only so much that one can do to encourage people. So if you are watching this replay and you haven't activated your voucher, take note. By the end of the month, if you have not activated it, it will be assigned to somebody else. And I think that's only fair. I would hate somebody else not to benefit from what we're trying to achieve here. Then update the payment information. So what this is, let's say you, for example, have your voucher, you're already activated. There's various different ways that you can pay. You can pay with crypto, you can pay with a debit or credit card, you can pay with a voucher. Now, I've used the voucher program to reach out and give back to the community. And we went through a very tough time. As those that know, we got a legal case that we're working on in Dubai. And I just felt it was important that we come together as a community. And this is part of our healing process where we focus a little bit on ourselves and start getting better and better and do something for ourselves that benefits. So you can come here and you can basically update. And if you, for example, have a debit order running on your credit card or debit card or company credit card, you can always just come here and unsubscribe. And you need to just make sure that your anniversary date, what is your anniversary date? It's the day that you joined. So let's say you share this opportunity with somebody else with your link, and we'll go through that under my business, and you send them the standard link. They join up and they decide that they're going to use a credit card or a debit card, and they'd like to do monthly debit orders. Then essentially after the anniversary date is the day that they joined. If they joined for a month, and let's say it's the 25th, and that's the date that they joined, the 25th of March, the 25th of April, the debit order will run again. So that means by the no less than 48 hours, you have to let the people know or hit that unsubscribe so that the debit orders don't run off your account. So currently there's a debit orders cycle running. My view is that we need to move away from debit orders. I suggest a prepaid system. In other words, just the same way Netflix works, you pay in advance. If you don't pay your bill, you just don't get access anymore. And that's something that I feel is the way to go in this business. The company has looked at this, and if you agree with that, maybe just do a little reaction there. But then at least we're not sitting trying to work out credit cards that that have expired, etc., etc. You effectively just pay for your 1 month or your 3 month. You will then get an anniversary letter to say, hey, you haven't paid. You have 5 different ways that you can pay to make yourself within 7 days. If you don't activate, you will then have to, obviously go through another process. So you get a 7-day leniency to pay. After that, you get switched off from the app. Just the same way, if you don't pay your Netflix account or your Dropbox account, you just lose access until you pay. So that is where we're moving to. The My Business section over here, This is your sort of hub of where you're driving. This tells you of your ranks. You can see people that have been joining on this side here. And you also get to know who is joining where. As you know, the commission volumes look great, but remember, I bought a lot of the vouchers. So a lot of the vouchers that have been given out is money that I have put in and more to come through. So it's my investment into this business to give back. So when you see these commissions and that, understand it was part of giving back. And at the moment, we make 33% commission. And then the current structure, which is that little box that we presented on today, we can touch on it there. But we moving suggested to go and for more 25% upfront and then 15% on the second level, provided it grows. Here is the most important. So if you have a look here, there's my dashboard. I now want to share this opportunity. You scroll down and you would be able to go here and you say, right, this standard link, if I copy this link, right, and let's see if this will, or you register here. So I think, yeah, there you go. Did you guys see that there? So sign me up for the special. So there it is. I used my link. Then a person gets to choose what they want to do. Normally there used to be an admin fee of $20. We removed that. And that, as you can see, that's for a limited, a once-off fee. So the admin charge has been waived. I don't know if that will come back, but that might be a decision. So I can choose to get started on a 29, a 79, or 299. So let's go here. My sponsor is here. Let's say I sponsor myself. And let's see if it will take these details. And email. Okay, so it's verified that the email does exist. So this is also to make sure there's no, obviously, false emails or things get captured. So I register here, and then it's going to send me an OTP. So let me see if I can go and open my emails. You see, I didn't request an OTP.
Yeah.
So I've got to request it.
Request it, yeah.
Okay, so now that I've opened the email, you see there's the countdown clock. So I made the error. And let's see if that, here we go. Did you guys see that come through? I can copy and I can paste and I can confirm. Right. So this is now where you would fill in all your details. It's got your name, surname. I can put my debit card, credit card, and sorry, it's defaulting. I've got two browsers open. And now you can see I've got my account, support, and I'm able to then, have paid if I had done that correctly. I think I've touched something that went out. So if I go to my profile, let's just see if I can go, or home subscriber, because I'm already logged in now. Let's just have a look. Technically, I should be logged in. That's maybe something I need to show quickly. Sorry, I know I'm taking a little bit longer on this website, but do you notice that you only get the 3 icons up here? Because I haven't paid. So I haven't activated yet. So I am logged in, but I haven't paid yet. That's why all those other icons are not active. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So I'm going to try. I think my internet might be a little slow where I am as well. So I'm now on home subscriber. And then I think this is where the icon. Oh, this is something else that I can share with you. So let's say you're struggling to pay for whatever reason. You can just go and submit a ticket. And you say, whatever the category is here, pay my subscription. And then if you had a problem like now, I've done something that didn't go through, it linked. You just say, I would like to pay. you put your details, and you just send a message, and they will contact you and help you pay. So that is way to get that done as well. Payment method options. So you see there, I can update my credit card over here, but let's say I wanted to pay with crypto. I would be able to then use the crypto option to be able to pay and contact them. Normally what should happen here, if I'm not mistaken, there should be an icon. Because I've always been a paid member, I'm not exactly sure where it is, but I'll check with Gonzalo. And we're looking at maybe getting it a little bit easier to find. Okay, but you would be able to resolve it because you can send a support ticket to that. So let me just log out of this. I want to get back into mine. And then we can deal with questions on the website.
Rory, will the website have different languages at some point, or will it just be English?
At this stage, it's English, but we're anticipating, with Google, it should be able to translate. But at this stage, no, it's just English. We haven't discussed any other languages at this point in time.
Okay, thank you.
So I've got so many groups with head office. I'm just looking for it. Are there any other questions so long? Well,
Marilyn was asking, she said, Rory, would I be able to write a short article or two? I'm a naturopath, nutrition and focused breath and therapist for various health issues, including stress. I started 40 years ago. So I think maybe she needs to privately contact you and maybe.
So what we want to do is encourage participation and articles. We want to do that, and that's where Alex comes in, Sharon. So you know Alex, who's
Yeah.
and he's got 5 different, he's quite a bright chap as well. The whole nutrition that, so yes, we would very much like to have articles and things and little courses. And the idea is that people can bring their own expertise to the table as part of the club. So if Marilyn is one of those and she would like to offer a course, people that use the SEC tokens will effectively be able to buy her course as well in the future. So wouldn't that be nice if you're a yoga instructor or you want to consult or you want to do something, we keep that in that utility token in our community. Does that make sense? And the answer is yes, we would like to have articles. So yes, the intention is there. So from here, you'd go to, we did the dashboard. That's where you get your links. And just a reminder that if you do buy vouchers through head office, then you would use the voucher link over here. So you'd use your standard recruitment link, the one I've just gone through. And then if you buy vouchers or earn vouchers in the marketplace, then you would send out your voucher registration link. Just to advise you, we've improved tremendously on all of this going forward. There's a whole new, easier way to pay coming forward. It's probably about 10 days away. It might even be pre-launched next week, just to make the whole process onboarding a lot easier. It does get a little bit complicated when you're using 4 or 5 different sources of payment, when you've got different programs running. So this is your team structure. A little quick tip here. If I go back to my dashboard, something I learned, you see this little icon here that says downline. So if I click that icon, I can see I should be able to see my downline coming through. Hang on, let's go back. There was a little trick that was shared with me. Oh, there, I think it's this one, this little button here. You see where I clicked that downline button? You see there? So I'll go back to it. So there's my dashboard. Tells me who I've recruited. Can you see it's picked up that I've joined the team, but obviously I haven't paid yet. So I want to see who's in my downline. It comes up. You can see the imagery that will come through, but you click that little button there. Everybody that has an email address, those are direct people with me. Everybody that's a hidden address, that is second or third line as it currently stands at the moment. If you click on my team and you would go and you view your network, you click on the view network here, You got two geologies. At the moment, it's got the spillover matrix, but work with the sponsor primarily. And you can change your levels here up to even 10 levels at the moment, because that's the current structure. Going forward, we would probably only have the 2 levels if everybody agrees to move forward. You apply your filters, and essentially this is your current structure, so you can see how this business works. You'd be able to, if I wanted to go over here and see Chris, I can see as a business builder. And if I wanted to go and get who is underneath him, I can click on that. And if I wanted Chris's details, I click on that, and then I've got his details over here, his telephone number, etc. So you have access to this in your back office. You can build up your database. It tells you if people are active or inactive for whatever reason. And you can build. So this is underneath Chris. If that's too many, I could say, no, just tell me, I only want to see 3 levels. In other words, people that are, directly there. You can see, there's Chris is over there. And here's all the people that are directly, you can see people are building. Here's somebody that's got people already going. Here's 4. These, and when you become essentially this blue little dot, that allows you to become an accountability partner. And that's why I say if you've got 3 or more people, you'll get this little blue dot at the moment. And that means you understand the business and you know where things are going. Commissions. Now, there's a lot of question about the commissions. It gets paid out once a month. So by month end, it switches off. There's a 7-day period because, debit cards can get refunded and everything. They take a week to make sure that the payments are correct. If it's over $50, you will be paid. The payouts at this stage is USDT, but you can receive dollars if you want. If it's less than $100, you get charged $5. If it's above $100, you don't get charged. So at the moment, we are using a specific system that's been called Rocket Fuel that's in place, but we are probably going to move to a synchronized methodology where everything is in one place, and that's probably about 2 to 3 months away. If you want to see how your commission reports are, you can apply your filters. So what you would do is say, right, I want to see what I earned from this month, or let's say from January 31 until February 28th. My name's Rory. How much did I earn? Apply the filters, and this would tell you how much commission you earned. So you're able to extract that information and be able to work with that. So that's how you'd be able to work with your commission. Comp plan, as I said, currently this is the current structure. You can read through it. It was really geared to pay a large percentage up front, but I think a big trouble with that is people then just drop the link and they don't spend the time educating. We want to move away from this MLM structure. We want to move away from this sort of thing. And if you agree, let me just look at the box here because this is quite important to get feedback. Where's the little text box? Can we get a yes or a no there, Sharon? I can't see where the text box is. Is there a yes? Do you agree that this is something we shouldn't do? This doesn't look right. I think the feedback we had in the session was this looks scammy, Ponzi, pyramid-y, all that sort of thing. So are we in agreement with that for those that are on the channel here? What are people saying, Sharon? Brent's got his thumbs up. Any other thumbs up? No more thumbs up. It just helps me understand where people's mindsets are. Okay. Some people are still undecided. Okay, so if you weren't part of the session that we had today, we're proposing a whole new commission structure, and it will pay better, in my point of view, where 40% of the income is paid on the 2 levels, and this is for people that help other people and move forward. So let us go back here. Marketing kit. So essentially, if you want to create, if you're good in social media, or you want to put something on your own website, or you want to just post something, remember you got your referral link that you can use. And over here, here's all the fonts that you can use. You've got a brand Bible that you can download. So if you download this is the brand typo, all that information. Here's the StepClub icons. Here's the logos. And these images that I use are the same images you can download here as well. So what you see in there, and then you can use those at your free will, you know, to put something together. So you've seen how I do things on my WhatsApp and send messages, or my emailers that I send out. This is all for you to use as part of your marketing kit that you got there. Under support, effectively, it doesn't matter what issue you've got there. Kindly note, from a Monday to a Friday they operate. It's a business. It's been around for 30 years. They don't have weekend staff at the moment. Maybe that changes in the future. So normal office hours, you'd get responded to. If you need to have a question here, you click on the department, whatever relevant. Here you can purchase SEC coins. You've got a technical issue. Is it the app? Is it the website? Do you want to redeem your points and order, and you're struggling with your order process, which we'll go through now, commission details, anything that you currently want to discuss, you can raise a ticket specifically. And if it's something that you are not, it doesn't fit the category, then you just put a general inquiry and you put the subject. Here you add files. So let's say now you're having screenshot issues, or it's not logging in or something. You add the files, you give a good description of what the issue is, and then you submit. Currently, what will happen is that you have to log in to see. I've requested that when they answer the ticket, that they somehow they integrate an email to let you know that your ticket has been answered. So that's one of the things I've requested, and hopefully that will be changed soon. And then you've got your blog where you've got your financial goals, your exercise, your nutrition, and your mental health. So these are blogs that we want to. So going back to the question about Marilyn, this would be fall, I would assume, under the mental health. For stress, we would love to have probably an article written by you that makes sense with a nice image, and we can put that into I can't see why if we've got experts in the field, we need to be using those experts as part of our community. Same goes for nutrition. It would be lovely to link back to websites of people that are professionals in this. Same with exercise. If you're a gym expert or a trainer, we see a vision of bringing the community together. So whether it's on this platform here, or if it's a special icon here where the community goes and accesses all those benefits, that's ideally where we need to see. So is there any questions on the website right now? Any questions that I can answer? You want to raise your hand? And if not, we'll go to the app. But while it's fresh in your mind, anything that needs further explanation on the website?
There is some questions in the chat.
Okay, can you
okay, let me just go back.
see if I can pick them up?
Safa says, can I redeem my points for cash, and how? Can I redeem my points to fund a referral?
So yes, so we're going to go to the app now. You can fund your referral, but not for cash. So there's a reason for that, because of the Money Laundering Act. This was communicated out about 2 months ago. So we want to steer away from that, where it can be flagged for, money laundering. We want to keep very much in the points and the redeeming. If you want to make money, then share the app. That's what the business section's for. Share the business opportunity, share the StepClub. That's where all your commission, and that's where you make the dollars on the US dollars. For the walking, that is the rewards. And you can turn your rewards into tokens, and then you'll be able to sell those tokens for cash when they list. And you can turn those rewards into also vouchers where you can invite other people. So we'll cover that now. Marilyn, what is SCC? SCC is the token. So that's the StepCoin token, a utility token that's been launched. How to reach Alex? We're going to be having a webinar soon with Alex, and I suggest jump onto that, and we will be expanding on that. And we want to have sessions not only on the website, but this other gentleman that's a pilot that overcame diabetes through basic exercise and nutrition. I think it'll be very nice to hear from him. And then I want to extend the opportunity to other people that want to also share their knowledge. Len Cooper, 10 levels versus 2 levels depends on the company's outcome. I'm not sure what you're meaning there. So just to explain that, there is a set aside 45% for promoting and marketing and sharing this app, as it was discussed today with Felipe. So 40% of that we're proposing to pay that on 2 levels. Instead of having that going down 10 levels, we want 40% of that being paid to level 1 and level 2. So how that would work is that level 1, you get 25%. So if you just refer, hey, check it out, somebody buys it, you're getting 25%. And then if that person has one person underneath them, you would get 3% on that person. If they have 2 people, you would get 6% on both of them. 3, you'll get 9%, up to 15%. This ensures that if you refer somebody, you are incentivized to educate and help them help their people. That's the whole point of what we're trying to. So I do believe that the 2-level system will be more beneficial to the people that are working the business and are accountable and helping. Too many of these structures in the past, somebody is lucky enough to be at top of a structure, doesn't help people, and they make a huge fortune. I don't believe that's the model, because this is a very personal, and this is about fitness and health and nutrition. I don't see this as a one-hit wonder business. This is something that we build over time that becomes a plausible outcome. So assuming, I'm just looking at something.
Rory, I'm sorry. I just wanted to jump in. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, is that Len?
Okay. I was just responding to your question about yay or nay for 2 levels versus 10. And I was saying it depends, because it just depends on what the outcome is, because both of them have merit, but depending upon what the outcome is, we'd have to really dig deep to really be able to. So I don't want to say just from my perspective, because I believe that going 2 levels deep would work well to incentivize people to continue to get frontline people and to stay active in their first 2 levels.
Yeah.
But the flip is that once a person gets 3 levels deep, then they're not incentivized to provide support. And we're assuming that built in within the structure that the support will happen naturally because we're incentivized to do it 2 levels deep. So it just depends, because like on a 10 level, you can make a lot of money just coming from the perspective of making money.
Yes.
But if the main outcome is the mission, which is to walk, to get health, and to engage in personal conversations, 2 levels by far makes the most sense.
Well, keep in mind, Len, that's where the 5% bonus turnover comes in. So instead of building a massive infrastructure, we want to encourage those people that build wide will get better bonuses on the depth. But they get on the whole team. Does that make sense? So those people, the more active you are, the bigger your turnover, the bigger the bonus. And so building wide, so that 5% builds up to quite a number in a very short space of time. And what I would like to see over time is somebody, the way I see this is you need to see it as a business. If you, like yourself, you're seeing this as a business and saying, okay, how do I make this work? So like any business, you're going to invest into something. Now, if you're going to start a business, you're going to invest time, effort, money, resources, whatever it is. I believe here's a model that you can encourage other people and get started, like hopefully what I'm doing with the vouchers. And if the product is right and it appeals and it's well positioned, it should have a natural attrition to grow itself. Now, if you were making $1,000 a month profit and you're an accountability partner, because what I want to do, Len, is I plan to keep marketing, and the money I make from YouTube, the money I make out there, is give it straight back to the accountability partners and say, listen, I can't handle all these people. It would be better for me to help build your business to at least 10 people, 20 people, 100 people, because now I'm giving back. There's a lot of people, I believe, that are excellent client service people and they understand the product, but they're not people that will naturally go out and sell. They're not sellers, if that makes sense. So I believe that if we can build this to a reasonable level where somebody that's an accountability partner with myself that's making $1,000 or $2,000 a month on this, they're going to stay an accountability partner and in the business. And in the long run, that's going to be what builds a business. And as the confidence comes through, as they understand the business, they will start sharing the business because they understand it after 3 months or 6 months. And again, the mission and the goal is health and growing the health and accountability. This is not a product where I don't want to be in a position, Len, where I've shared something and nothing in my control, the thing collapses, and now people come back and say, oh, why did you tell me about this thing? And now there's an issue. There's the quick money out there. People want to take the risk, but when the risk happens, then it's all your fault, Len, because you told them to do this. I want to be in a position where people focus on their health, positive things, good things, and build a community that's like-minded. Hey, I'm not saying don't do those other things, but this particular community, why not grow and learn and get friendships and understanding of where we are? And the best investment I believe you can make is your health. There's a lot of people that are sedentary, a lot of people that are not focusing, and people have the dream of having part-time. Now, there's a lot of people that can turn this into a business very quickly. You could take a small amount of money and gift it to other people and grow a business if you're following a set formula, I guess. Because if you're making $1,000 a month, the thing in my mind is to give back. So I want to take at least $500-$700 of it and make that $2,000. Now I've got $1,300. I want to make it $5,000 until I've got to the level that I'm happy with, and then constantly build, because people will give up, or people are not motivated. But that's part of anybody that does anything, Len, in any community. I just feel happier that I'm doing something that people can't lose their money. They can focus on their health and start being accountable. And that's why I wanted to give back to everybody, because I think a lot of people that have been through a painful exercise need to heal mentally and spiritually and physically. We have been through a lot, and now it's time to focus on ourselves. And I'm turned 50 this year, Len. I realize if I don't start making these changes now, when it gets too late, it's too late for me. And then I've got all those counters. So this is my conscious decision. That's why I showed earlier to say, hey, I'm committing to a year. I'm not expecting to run marathons. I'm just expecting to hold myself accountable to walk a minimum of 10,000 steps and then lead over to better nutrition, better health. And if this builds up as a passive business, and who knows, maybe in a year's time, I'm making enough money just to travel the world, step and blog and share and be happy. I built a business generating a couple of $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, $50,000 a month. And that's what a blessing. How many different influencers are out there that use the internet and things to do? I don't know, they dance and skip on a step, or they do something. Why can't we as a community put a challenge out to people and say, do the 10,000 step challenge, join the community, join the 10,000. That's it. We don't have to overcomplicate it. Can you do 10,000 steps? Join the challenge. So that's kind of where my headspace is. I don't know what you think, Glenn. Don't want to overcomplicate it.
No, I like it. It makes a lot of sense. I think moving forward, as you're doing right now, it's all about the messaging. And because, like, for example, earlier in the Zoom, the testimony the gentleman gave at the end was very powerful, because he talked about the importance of the impact that the app has made to incentivize him to walk and to be consistent with it. He talked about the fact that, hey, I walked 10,000 steps, but then I was down for 3. Most people at that point would have stopped, but because he was incentivized, he continued moving forward. And now it's become a lifestyle. And to your point earlier, once you do something 30, 60, 90 days, it may set in. But after you get into month 4, 5, and 6, that's when the real habit starts to kick in. And that's really what the mission's all about. So the money part will come as a result of being consistent. But really, the more important part is, because there's a saying, and I'll be quiet after this. They say that you give up your health to get wealth, and then you obtain your wealth, and then you give up your wealth to recapture your health. With this, it actually solves both of those problems. So thank you so much for everything that you're doing.
No, thanks, Len. And I just want to, I look at this and I look at it in different. I look at children, I'm talking teenagers that are sedentary, they're playing games, and they just expect to get these gadgets or phones. Are kids working for it anymore? I don't know. And I'll say, hang on a second, do you want the new latest iPhone? Well, but I'm going to buy you a basic contract, but I want to see you do some exercise. And if you can stick to it, then earn yourself an iPhone in 12 months. Why must I pay an iPhone for you, or get a headset, or install motivation for reward? there's a price to pay, not just gimme. And that goes for children. Then I look at the part I was saying earlier about accountability partners. If I and my partner can go for a walk for 30 minutes a day, that's our time. That becomes our time to be fit, have a conversation, and take a little bit of time out. You can do it with the family, without, or take the dog for a walk. But if you don't discipline yourself or get rewarded or reminded, the day just goes away. And by the time 9 o'clock comes, I had that earlier session then, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to go for a walk quickly before the session. If I didn't have this motivation, I would be sitting and being distracted about something else. But I want to make sure that I do my steps. That's why I did it. Any other questions?
There's one from Mario.
Oh yeah, assuming we're not focusing on the business side and bearing in mind that the age and health status, we don't achieve the day plus the mind gain, does that daily reward cover the monthly fee? It's a difficult question to answer, Mario, because if you've obviously, it depends what level you are. So if if you're going to access the multipliers, you need to hit a goal of 10,000 steps at least 18 times. So you don't have to do it daily, but you have to do it 18 times to activate the 1.5 multiplier and do the games. They don't have to be done on the same day, but as long as collectively. And then if you do it 23 days, then you're going to get the 2.5 multiplier. Now, if you don't hit any multipliers, you still earn 230 points out of the 999 points that you can earn. So it's still a substantial portion. It's 23%. And then if you did 5,000 steps, you would earn half of what you would normally get for walking, the 739. So you'll get 50% of the steps essentially. So you can calculate it based on the number of steps you do, because when you look at the steps and the count, it will tell you how many steps you've done and what those points, what the points are worth. You take the amount of steps and divide it by 13, and that will give you essentially your points. And if we go to the app now, you'll look at it from the inside point of view. So Ned says, have I understood correctly that the step coins cannot be redeemed into cash, devices, or other goods, but only for... No, you've misunderstood, Annette. The marketplace, if you click onto your app now and go and have a look at the marketplace allows you to use your rewards for various different things. That includes devices, vouchers, coins, gym equipment, phones, earpods, all those sort of things. So that is there for you to use. So it's not just for the what we don't want to. The cash comes from the business section of sharing it, where the rewards is an incentive for you to keep moving. And as I say, these headphones here that I got, these headphones, these are $349. I walked and got these. My back office now, when we go there, I've got about $640 worth of rewards from walking. So if I want to maximize my rewards, I want to maximize my multipliers. So that means I'm incentivized to share it, because now I'm getting 5 times the reward. So if I do 30,000 steps and have got 5 active people underneath me, and I do my goals for the day and for the month, that's 30,000 points that I get times 5. That's 150,000 points. Now, if you work that out, that's a good amount of dollars. So let me just quickly see if I can do that calculation. So if I've got, let's say, 150,000 points, divide by 13, that's another $115 that over and above. That excludes commissions, excludes anything else, bonuses. That's just purely on the steps I've taken. So if I buy an $80 membership, it's not $30 a month. It's it will be 80 divided by 3, which is $23, I think. So divide by $23, that means that I have earned quite a bit. So if I took 115 divided by 23, I've got 5 months membership just from 1 month. So as I accumulate more points, I'll be able to buy the vouchers and not have to spend money again. So it's really up to you. You can share the app just yourself, and not share it with anybody else and just be motivated and still get rewarded, or push yourself a little bit and get rewarded for that, or potentially look at it from a business perspective and reinvest. Like any business, you want to reinvest a little bit. So for me, for the next 6 months, I don't want to take money out of this business. I want to give back to people. I want to give back and take this to, I want us to get to at least 5,000 people, because then we got a community that works. Now imagine if we all giving back and saying, right, we like the concept, we want to do this. Instead of just taking the money for ourselves, pay it forward. If you got a voucher for free, why not pay it forward to somebody and get a walking partner, or get your partner walking with you for the day? I think try and see it differently from that perspective. That's what I'm trying to achieve here, is that we get a movement going where we can, the 10,000 step, my mind thinks, let's all get healthy. I want us to be walking 20, 30, 40 years from now and being a lot healthier.